welcome back to my channel. Today we're going through some glute strengthening Pilates based exercises and they're also going to be a little bit of a balance challenge for you as well. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe, it would mean the world to me, and let's get going.
Come and start at the top of your mat for our warm-up. Let's start with a few roll downs. Feet hip distance apart, tuck your chin into your chest and roll your spine down. Let your arms hang loose and reach down towards the floor, keeping your knees soft. And slowly unravel your spine back up to standing. Take a breath in at the top, and as you breathe out, roll it down one vertebrae at a time, until again your hands reach as close to the floor as possible with your knees soft. And slowly rolling back up again. When you come up to the top, make sure you stand with shoulders wide. And again, breathing out, rolling down to the floor. Now from here, keeping both feet flat, soften one knee and bend the other. And then change legs so that you've always got one leg straight, one leg bent. And you're alternating every few seconds. And what you should feel is a nice big stretch down the back of the straight leg. Good. Just pedaling out one leg at a time, no need to rush, keep it slow, keep it soft. We're just preparing the body for the session. Now, let's go to flat back, legs straight and down to forward fold again. And again, up, flat back, legs straight and down to forward fold. Up and down. Now from here, place your hands on the floor and step one leg back at a time into a full plank. Let's go up to downward dog, so stick the hips up in the air, flatten your feet, and then just like we were pedaling out before, we're going to pedal the legs out again. So one knee bent, one knee straight. The bent leg, the heel will rise off the floor. That's it. You're just stretching out the backs of the legs, ready for this session, which is very much lower body focused today, until we come back into a plank again. Now, we're going to step our right leg forward and then lift your hips up towards the ceiling, straighten out that right leg and bend again. So we're stretching our hamstring now. Push the right leg straight, pull your toes up towards your shin and bend the knee down again. Push the hips up, straighten that leg, pull the toes up and bend it down. We're going to go through one more. Try to bring your chest a bit closer to your right knee each time. And down. Now, can you take your right arm up towards the ceiling? Look up at your hand. Nice big twist through the spine. Thread it underneath your left arm and lift to the ceiling again. I would breathe out as you thread underneath your left arm. Breathe in, stretch up to the ceiling. And then last one, thread underneath and stretch up to the ceiling, and then place your right hand back down onto the floor. And step your right leg back. Let's go up to our downward dog again for some more pedaling out of the legs. Switching legs every second or so. Okay, back to our plank. We're going to repeat this with our left leg. So step the left leg forward, in between your hands, and push your left leg straight, push your hips up, pull your toes up off the floor and bend the knee down again. Breathe out, push up into that hamstring stretch. Breathe in as you bend the knee back down. Breathe out, push that leg straight. Try to get your chest maybe a little bit further towards your knee on each stretch. And this is our last one. Bend the knee back down. Moving to our thread needle stretch. Lift that left arm up, twist, look up to the ceiling, and then thread it underneath your right arm. Twist your body, and then again breathe in, stretch up, fill your body with air, and down, thread underneath. Breathe in, stretch up to the ceiling, and breathe out, down. Last one here. Place your hand back down and step back to your plank. Drop your knees down and relax. Okay, now we've prepared our body. If you come and lie down onto your back, we're going to start our strengthening work with some bridges first, targeting the glute max. So with your knees bent and your feet hip width apart, flat on the floor, tuck your tailbone under, squeeze your glutes, push your hips up towards the ceiling and roll them back down. One vertebra at a time here we're moving. And again, breathe out, tuck your hips, squeeze your glutes, roll your hips up to the ceiling and slowly roll it back down. We're just preparing ourselves for something a little bit trickier here. So we're just always starting with a few simple movements just to get the brain and the body synced. The next time we roll up to a bridge, we're going to add on some single leg lifts. So let's roll up to our bridge. I want you to straighten your right leg out. Keep your thighs in line if you can. Keep your hip bones level. Hold and place the foot back down. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, extend your left leg. Thighs in line, hip bones level. Breathe in, place the foot down. Alternating legs. Breathe out, extend the right leg, thighs in line, hips level. Breathe in, place the foot down. Left leg, breathe out, extend the leg, thighs in line, hip bones level. Breathe in, place the foot down. Keep going. If you feel at all any discomfort in your lower back that's not just like the muscles are working, but it's actually pain, you can do the same thing, but just drop your hips lower to the floor. Do a smaller version. Always keep yourself safe. It's much better to do a smaller movement, but working in the right range and the right difficulty and the right load for your body, rather than pushing yourself too far if your strength isn't quite there yet. So we're still alternating the legs here. We're going to extend our right leg out and lift and lower now. So straight leg. As you lift your leg, push your hips up. As you lower your leg, lower your hips halfway back down to the floor. That's it. So we're going to breathe out, lift, push. Breathe in as we go down. Breathe out, push. Breathe in as we go down. Breathe out, push. Breathe in as we go down. Keep going. So we've got the movement of the right leg and the movement of the hips. Let's change legs now. Breathe out, lift up to the ceiling. Breathe in, lower and prepare. That's it. Well done, everyone. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. 1. Feet down, tuck your hips under and roll the spine gently back down onto the floor. Awesome. Okay, sticking with our single leg bridge, this time raise your right leg up to tabletop. So we're going to be working our left glute here because that's the leg on the floor. I want you to push your hips up and take your arms straight up towards the ceiling. As you lower your hips back down again, open your arms out, and as you push up, close your arms in. You breathe out as you push up. Let's go. Breathe in as you go down. Breathe out, push up. Breathe in, open the arms, go down. Breathe out, push up. Good. Really push your left foot into the floor using your left glute and hamstring. That's where you should feel it working. Drive through those muscles. The arms add an extra layer of difficulty because they take away your support from the floor. Let's change legs now. Left leg up to tabletop. Right glute, hip, hamstring is doing the work. Breathe out, push up. Breathe in, go down. Remember, the arms are also going out and in. They close in as you push up and they open out as you go down. Breathe in as you go down. Breathe out, push up. Drive strong through that right glute and hamstring. Make it work. Brilliant. That's it. Drive up. Place the feet down and roll your hips down. Okay. Now this time, we're turning over onto our sides so that we're working more the muscles around the side of the hips, your lateral hip muscles and your outer leg muscles. So you're going to lie on your right side with your knees bent. Lengthen your top hip away so that you're creating a little gap under your waist like I'm showing you here. Now, with your top leg, which is your left leg, lifted and bent just up in line with your hip, we're going for our side kick. Breathe out as you kick forward. Breathe in as you swing it back. Now, hopefully you can see my leg is just staying up at hip height all the time. Your hip, knee and foot are the same height here. Don't squash down your waist. Remember that little gap under the waist here. That's it. Imagine like you're sweeping over the surface of a coffee table. You're trying not to bang your knee on that table. It needs to stay up in line with your hip. Really nice. Okay, let's now straighten the leg and circle. So sweep it forwards, up, round and back. Sweep it forwards, up, round and back. So the movement point is still your hip. If you try to imagine like you've got like a meringue or something under your waist that you're trying not to crush. Okay, so we want to keep the waist lifted and therefore the glute will have to work much, much harder because there's nothing else to help it cheat. Good. Keep circling that leg. Okay, pause there and pulse. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Lovely. Lift, 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 lift. And rest. Well done. Okay, let's take it up a level. Let's work this left leg and left glute now in a standing balance challenge. Come up onto your full plank. We're going to start by going up to a three-legged dog. Lift your left leg up towards the ceiling, straight leg. Now, step it through the middle of your hands and step up on that left leg, strong. Down to your deep lunge and up. Good, so it's the left leg the whole time. The right leg is just lifting and lowering. Down to your deep lunge and drive up through that left leg. Now, every time you come up to standing, engage your core muscles. Imagine you're being pulled up by a piece of string on the top of your head. Squeeze your left glute. Make sure that your balance is sturdy. I always think about like I'm sticking my foot in wet sand. I'm trying not to let it shift at all. Up to your three-legged dog now. And again, step up on that left leg. We're including that three-legged dog each time we step back to our deep lunge. And again, down to your deep lunge, up to three-legged dog, left leg lifts, step forward and up to your single leg balance. Breathe in as you go down. Breathe out, stretch the leg up. Breathe in, step it forward and breathe out to stand. Breathe in to go down to the lunge. Breathe out, three-legged dog. Breathe in, step forward and breathe out, push up to your balance. Well done, keep going. That's it. We're getting the heart rate lifted and we're challenging the balance here. Single leg balance is so important for your well-being, particularly as you get older. That ability to be strong and stable on one leg, so essential. Excellent. Okay, last one. I'm going to go down, up to our three-legged dog and back up to standing on that left leg and hold. Squeeze that left glute, stand tall, draw in your abdominals and rest. Well done. Okay, getting ready to repeat that whole series on the other side. So come and lie down onto the floor again. This time you've got your right leg on top. You're going to lengthen down that right hip so that you're creating your gap underneath your waist. And you lift the top leg for our side kick. Sweep it forward and back. So remember, imagine that you're sweeping over the surface of a coffee table. Your leg is staying up at the same height all the time. Your hip, knee and foot all in line. You're going to breathe out as you swing it forward. Breathe in as you swing it back. And you've got that little gap underneath your waist the whole time. So we're isolating the right glute med here, that muscle at the side of your hip. And also you might feel the side of your leg working as well. Make sure that your ribs are not popping out, so keep them drawn in to keep the alignment in your upper body as well. Okay, going into our leg circles, straight legs, sweep it forward, up to the ceiling, round and back down to hip height. The only thing that's moving here is your right leg in your hip socket. So make sure that your body is not shifting around, ribs are not popping out, waist is not falling down onto the floor. Everything is secure and stable. The movement is in that right hip, and that is the muscle that we're working. Good. Your right glute and outer thigh. Sweep it forward, up, back, and down to hip height. Really nice. Now let's turn out the leg for our pulses. Pulse, pulse. That's it. So not too fast, almost like just mini leg lifts. We're going to breathe out to lift, breathe in to lower. Really squeeze that glute. If you feel that it's the front of your hip that's working more than the back, move your leg further back. And rest there. Well done. Okay, onto our hands and knees. Right leg extended and left leg extended into the plank. Let's start by lifting our right leg before stepping it through the hands and up onto our single leg balance. Imagine that you're being pulled up by a piece of string. Draw your abdominals in. Place your hands on the floor down to your deep lunge and lift up to your single leg balance again. Right leg every time. Down to your single leg lunge and up to your single leg balance. Breathe in as you go down to prepare, and breathe out as you push strong through your right leg. Squeeze your right hip through. Draw your abdominals in. Breathe out. Lift up to your single leg balance. Every time that you push up, really squeeze that right glute. That's it. Be strong through the arch of your foot. Now up to our three-legged dog in between. And step through the hands and up to our balance. So we breathe in as we go down. We breathe out as we go up to three-legged dog. Breathe in as we step the leg forward, and breathe out as you push up nice and tall. Excellent. Every time that you stand tall, think draw in your abdominals. Imagine that piece of string hanging you up by the top of your head. Really ground your right foot into the floor as you push up strong through that leg. Don't let the ankle roll in. Your feet are your foundations. They need to be working with you to support your body. Excellent. Let's breathe through. Breathe in as we go down. Breathe out up to three-legged dog. Breathe in, step forward, and breathe out up to our balance. Last one. Up to three-legged dog. Step through. Nice and tall. And hold. And relax. Awesome. Let's follow that with a few stretches. Down to flat back and soften the knees into forward fold. Extend up to flat back, arms out to the sides, and soften down to forward fold. Breathe in as you come up to flat back, straighten the legs, straighten the back, and breathe out as you go down to forward fold. Breathe in, lengthen the back, breathe out, forward fold. Alright, coming up to standing for some squats. Feet hip width apart. Down and up. We're strengthening the legs now. Think chair pose of yoga. Good. Breathe in as you come up and breathe out as you go down. Arms up by the ears. You want to form a diagonal line through your back and hips, back and thighs. Breathe out down to your squat. Feet are only hip width apart, so we're not going to be getting all the way down. Good. Now, down into your squat. Let's raise the heels. Lift, lift, lift. Make sure the ankles are not rolling out to the side. We want stable ankles. Keep going. lift, 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 and rest. Well done. Come on back down onto the floor now. We're going to stretch out here, starting with our pigeon stretch. Whichever leg you want to first, back leg is straight, front leg is crossed across your mat, and lean down onto your forearms if you can. If you're not quite there yet with going onto your forearms, please just stay up on your hands. But let's just breathe slowly. Think about everything that you've done in the class today, all those muscles in the lower body that we've worked, all the movement patterns. Let's change legs now. And you can congratulate yourself on the things that you've done today. You can congratulate yourself on the fact that you've taken some time out of your day to do something positive for your body. You will never ever finish a Pilates session regretting that you've done it. Breathe slowly and ease out of that stretch. We're going to come into a hurdle sit position next. So sit with your right leg out straight in front and your left leg out at 90 degrees bent. Reach your arms up and lean forward towards your right foot. Try to bring your chest down towards your thigh. And with every breath, breathe in deeply into your rib cage, into your back. Let your ribs expand and fall with each breath. Let's change legs. Left leg out in front now. Hinge over, drop your chest down towards that thigh. And rest out of that stretch. Let's finish our class in a cross-legged position with a deep forward fold. Breathe in, stretch the arms up, and breathe out, fold over those legs. If you find this uncomfortable in the hips, feel free to sit on a block. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. Really enjoyed that as always. Please give it a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to my channel, and I shall see all of you lovely people next week.